Welcome to this deep dive into sound design. In this video, I completely redesigned the soundscape of the Wwise Cube Demo Game. I rebuilt every sonic element from scratch, utilizing a diverse array of methods, including synthesis, field recording, and dedicated Foley work. While the project covers everything from footsteps to fall damage, we will focus on my most favorite sound design creations. These include all 4 magic gems, power-up gem pickup sound, teleporter emitter sound, and the dynamic expiration music. All of these sounds will be showcased working together at the end of the video. The lightning gem blast sound. I designed 2 distinct variations of this sound effect to add variety during gameplay. The high frequency sparking energy was captured by recording myself crushing paper with my hands. The powerful low end boom, mimicking thunder striking the ground, was sourced by recording the impact of slamming my front door. These raw sources were brought into Ableton and heavily processed to sound electrical. Here is a fast forward look at the digital signal processing chain. I used saturator, reverb, and chorus to give the lightning gem its character. The saturator added bite and energy, the reverb created a sense of space and power, and chorus added movement, giving the lightning effect a more vibrant and charged feel. Next, let's explore the creation of the Ice Gem Blast. This required capturing the pure high-frequency energy of shattering glass. Note, always prioritize safety when recording destructive sounds. I conducted this recording outdoors, ensuring all debris was properly handled. The goal here was to capture the immediate high-frequency crunch and attack of the glass breaking, which forms the sharp crystalline core of the Ice Gem sound. To enhance the magical frozen quality, I used a unique DSP chain in Ableton. I applied delay and reverb to give it an icy spatial presence, and utilized saturation to add a subtle grit and character to the fragile glass sound. Crucially, I also utilized phaser flanger to give it a shimmering, moving texture, and for some variations, I also reversed the audio. This reversal technique creates a ghostly suction effect before the shattering, enhancing the magical summoning feel of the spell. Much like the lightning gem, I designed 2 distinct variations of this effect to maintain sonic freshness during extended gameplay. Next, the Fire Gem Blast. This is actually a 3-part composite sound effect, consisting of the initial Fire Gem Blast, the projectile's Fire Gem Flight, and the final Fire Gem Explode. The core flame texture for all 3 parts was sourced by recording a spray can to capture that high pressure hiss and burn effect. I then used Ableton's simpler tool to find the ideal sample and loop it. To create the heavy Fire Gem Explode on contact, I used a kick sample to provide a low frequency boom, then applied heavy saturation to give it a destructive, volatile texture. I utilized low pass filters and high pass filters across the layer to control the frequency response, ensuring the searing flame and the powerful bass impact occupied their own space in the mix. The Fire Gem Flight sound was created to sell the travel effect. Here, the phaser flanger was applied to the core flame texture to create a rich, swirling, and moving texture, effectively mimicking the sound of a fiery projectile. This 3-part design gives the spell a complete and believable sonic presence. Now for the final magic spell, the Poison Gem Blast. This sound was created purely through synthesis using Ableton's operator synth. The initial sharp pitch transient effect was achieved using a sine wave as the core oscillator. I controlled the pitch modulation using a low frequency oscillator, or LFO, set to a sawtooth shape going upwards, with a rate of 95 Hz and an amount of 100%, and carefully controlled pitch envelope settings. This combination gives the sound its distinct acidic sharp pitched transient attack. For the characteristic poison hiss effect, I utilized the high-frequency components of the previously recorded glass break from the Ice Gem. This sample was heavily processed with saturation to give it a gritty texture, and I used reverb with a high-pass filter and its built-in diffusion network to create a long ethereal tail, and applied chorus with a rate of 9 Hz. Here is what they look like when inserted into Wwise. To ensure variety in the final mix, I utilized random containers for both the Lightning Gem and the Ice Gem within the actor mixer hierarchy, allowing Wwise to cycle through their 2 distinct variations. For the Super Gem pickup, I built a custom instrument rack in Ableton using Wavetable as the main source. I started with a bright wavetable with strong upper harmonics and shaped it using a rising pitch envelope to give the sound that upward, power-up lift. I also used the filter envelope to create a quick swoopy motion as the sound opens up. Inside the rack, I added chorus for width, delay for subtle echo tail, glue compression to tighten everything together, and reverb to place the sound in a more magical space. I also added a slight low frequency boost to give the pickup a bit more warmth and impact. The final result is a short, bright, energized pickup sound that stands out from the regular gen pickups, and clearly signals to the player that this one provides a special boost. Moving to the environment. The teleporter emitter sound required a unique touch, and for this, I turned to my electric guitar. The sound's purpose is to emit a consistent ambient sound that informs the player that the teleporter is present. The sound itself was created by layering a low-frequency hum for foundation with a chord played in fifths on the electric guitar, a perfect interval to create a sense of vast space, which I then processed using a Neural DSP plugin. The DSP chain was built to maximize ambience. I used chorus, delay, and reverb with their mix knobs near 100% to completely dissolve the guitar signal into an atmospheric pad. Crucially, I ensured the asset was a seamless loop so that there are no obvious repetitions when the player stands near the teleporter. In Wwise, this teleporter emitter is required to have its own 3D spatialization and object attenuation. This means that as the player approaches, the sound realistically grows in volume, and when they walk away, it fades off, correctly localizing the sound source within the 3D environment. And finally, the exploration music. I composed a theme in E-Lydian, a musical mode that immediately provides a bright, soaring, and ethereal quality perfect for a magical exploration environment. To create the unique soundscape, I utilized the raw grand piano pack from Ableton. By leveraging Ableton's clip section, I transformed this instrument timbre into new textures. For some of the sounds, I used the arpeggiate function to break down the instrument sound into rhythmic, sequenced notes. This technique allowed me to create a synthetic pad and bell texture that perfectly underscores the magic environment. All the individual assets have been created and implemented. This is the result of the final integrated mix. Thank you for watching and enjoy the sound design.